Ancient Egypt. Myths versus reality for thousands of years. The civilization of ancient Egypt has captured the world's imagination. Golden tombs, towering pyramids, and mysterious gods carved into stone. But between the legends we've all heard and the reality uncovered by historians, there is a wide gap. Let's peel back the myths and see what ancient Egypt was really like. Myth 1. The pyramids were built by slaves. One of the most famous beliefs about ancient Egypt is that the massive pyramids of Giza were built by armies of beaten, starving slaves. This story largely comes from ancient Greek historians like Herodotus and later from Hollywood films. Reality. Archaeological evidence tells a different story. Excavations near the Giza Plateau have revealed workers' villages, complete with bakeries, medical facilities, and comfortable housing. These workers were skilled laborers, well-fed, and paid in bread, beer, and meat. They were proud citizens, serving the pharaoh as part of a national labor tax, not chained slaves. Myth 2. Cleopatra was Egyptian. Cleopatra 7, often portrayed as the ultimate Egyptian queen, wrapped in gold and kohl eyeliner, is one of history's most famous rulers. Reality. Cleopatra was actually Macedonian Greek by descent, a member of the Ptolemaic dynasty that ruled Egypt after Alexander the Great's conquest. She embraced Egyptian culture, dressed as the goddess Isis, and even spoke the Egyptian language, making her beloved by her people. But genetically, she was not Egyptian. Myth 3. The ancient Egyptians were obsessed with death, with mummies, tombs, and hieroglyph-covered sarcophagi. It's easy to assume the Egyptians were fixated on death. Reality. They were actually obsessed with life. The elaborate burial rituals weren't about celebrating death, but ensuring a perfect continuation of life after death. For Egyptians, the afterlife was a mirror of Earth, just without pain, hunger, or suffering. Tomb paintings often showed scenes of farming, fishing, and family, because that's what they wanted forever. Myth 4. People believed hieroglyphs were mystical symbols meant for magic spells. Reality. Hieroglyphs was simply the Egyptian written language used for religious texts, government records, poetry, and stories. Thanks to the Rosetta Stone, discovered in 1799, scholars decoded the writing and found that it was not mystical at all. Just an advanced communication system with over 700 symbols. Myth 5. Pharaohs were all-powerful dictators. The image of a pharaoh as a godlike ruler who could do whatever he pleased is common in popular culture. Reality, pharaohs were powerful, yes, but they were bound by tradition, religion, and the priesthood. If a pharaoh disrespected the gods or ignored the will of the people, rebellions could break out. In fact, Egypt saw multiple civil wars and even foreign takeovers when rulers lost public trust. Daily life in ancient Egypt beyond the myths. Life in ancient Egypt was surprisingly sophisticated. Ordinary Egyptians lived in mud brick houses, wore linen, clothing, and spent much of their day farming along the Nile. They had doctors, engineers, mathematicians, and even cosmetics experts. Women had more rights than in most ancient societies. They could own property, run businesses, and even divorce.